Did I just watch Evil Dead sequel?
I guess we just watched the sequel to Exorcist.
I am going to say something controversial. I don't think Lee Cronin's The Mummy is a bad movie. I think it's a movie that forgot one very important thing.
I so agree with you. Fear, not horror. Fear because those two things are in the same. What do you think?
The first thing that stood out to me is that this isn't about Egypt. It isn't about pyramids. It isn't about archaeology. It's about family. That alone separates it from every mummy movie we have seen before. Cronin deliberately shifts the story from ancient spectacle to domestic horror, with a family whose missing daughter returns years later, but changed.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. The mummy doesn't invade the world. The mummy invades your home this time. And that's much scarier idea, if you ever think about it. Watching this, I realized something. What about you?
I realized Lee Cronin didn't make a mummy movie, he made an Evil Dead movie. He's the same guy who did it with Evil Dead, okay? With bandages. Think about it.
Well, body horror, families destroying each other. One person comes home, but they are no longer themselves.
It's very similar. Yeah.
That's classic. That's classic Cronin. Even the producers are James Wan and Jason Blum. So you can feel that modern horror DNA throughout.
Absolutely.
And I so agree with you, Jeet.
That's such a well way you put out here. We struggled. The film is horrifying, but it never really broke our hearts. I didn't really feel for the characters. Deep, you had something to say about the daughter, right?
Yes. The daughter disappears for 8 long years. She comes back. That should absolutely destroy us emotionally. Instead, the movie rushes towards absolute horror. We basically wanted more time with the family before everything fell apart. But that just didn't happen.
Because when horror works, you don't fear the monster. You fear losing the people you love. We never quite reached that point in this film, I don't know, somehow I did not relate to any of the characters, like the mummy herself is terrifying. The makeup, the movement, the sound design, everything. Yeah.
Everything works. Mummy was definitely very terrifying, but imagine if we had spent 20 more minutes getting to know this family even closer, even more. Every scary scene would have hurt twice as much instead. Well, the film asks us to care before we have built that connection. But sadly, it doesn't happen.
What I think Lee Cronin was really trying to say, mummies aren't scary because they are ancient. They are scary because something that should have stayed buried comes back. Deep, that is the takeaway I get from this movie. And in this movie, it isn't just body. It's
grief, guilt, trauma. The daughter returns, but the family they remember is already gone. That's actually a very beautiful horror concept, if you have to see. But sadly, I didn't quite buy it. So, did we like it? Did we love it?
Not quite. Because Lee Cronin succeeded in reinventing the mummy. I'm just not sure. He tried, yes, it was good in terms of makeup and everything.
Yeah.
But didn't really get our emotional connect with the film and the characters.
And maybe that's the biggest question should horror impress us? Or should it haunt us? Because for us, this movie impressed. It just didn't stay with us. It did impress in some levels. I do agree with that.
Absolutely. So, I had gone to see the movie with a lot of expectations, and I was sitting with a drink and I thought that it's going to entertain. But somehow, it is very rarely that I've come out of a horror film feeling disinterested, and Lee Cronin's Mummy was one of them. Okay. Deep, any last words before we close?
Nothing, just do watch it for yourself and do let us know if you have missed out any points. I would love to hear and read your reviews. And after all, everything is very subjective out here. Art is subjective.
And keep watching Chill Pill Files. We'll come up with more films
Subscribe and like the video and click on the subscribe button, the bell button especially.
Okay, guys.